Candis in Scotland. Michael is helping to keep the jazz and melody flowing on Angel Radio.
Good morning, everybody. It's Friday morning. It is 1 minute to 9, and that means you have me, Candis, with your late breakfast show. I've missed you all. How have you been? It's been a long week. Not in a bad way. It's been a good week. I just think I've had a lot of stuff going on. Hi, everybody on YouTube that can see me. I hope you can all hear me well. If you want to join my live stream on YouTube, go onto our YouTube channel, which is Angel Vintage, and click on the button where it says live. It should notify you that I am live as well. If you don't follow us there already, you should definitely subscribe. There's lots of really, really interesting, very fun videos and lots more to come. We've had a bit of a lull because I was super busy with other stuff, but I do promise there's a lot more coming. There's some very exciting things coming as well. Tony and I have been discussing a couple of really great ideas. What else have we got? We have an Instagram page, which is also Angel Vintage. Of course, there's the Facebook page, and then there's our website, which is angelradio.co.uk, I think it is, or .uk. It's .co.uk because our email is .uk. Okay, so this morning, I first want to start off by saying thank you so much to my sponsor, Michael in Angus. Always appreciate that you sponsor my show. It's so funny when I think about the fact that I do a radio show and somebody actually sponsors it. That's a huge compliment, I think. He didn't jump ship as soon as he heard it was me. So that's great. It's such a cool thing to be able to tell people that you do a radio show. It is a pretty cool thing to be able to tell everybody. I do lots of very random things with the career that I'm in, but this is most certainly the most fun one, I think. The one I wish I could just do every single day. I love Angel Radio and all of my listeners and everybody here as well, actually. Mark's just been on. I love seeing Mark on a Friday morning. I always listen to his show as I'm driving here as well, partly because I want to make sure I don't play the same songs, but partly just because he brightens my day. Before I was a presenter here at Angel, a volunteer here at Angel, should I say, I actually started listening to Angel because I was listening to Mark and Josie on a Friday afternoon. That was always my favorite show. I listened to Angel all the time, but that was most definitely my favorite one. And then when my husband came home on a Friday evening, I'd tell them all about the silly jokes that Mark and Josie were having, because Josie's little giggle, I love it so much. And when you see her in person, her personality and her face just suits her giggle. She's exactly how you think she's going to be. She's just the same in person as she is on radio. So those were always my favorite. Those two were my favorite on their show. Was my favorite on Angel. I love everybody though. Do you know what I've become unintentionally really, really like addicted to is listening to the program that's on after mine on a Friday morning. Is do you know, I'm not even sure what it's called. It's the space one. I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, just the space one that comes on after this. I should know. I'm going to check the what's on the program schedule. Hang on, I'll tell you in a second. Journey into Space. There you go. Journey into Space has become accidentally one of my favorite things to listen to, because I started listening to it on the way home after my show, and I got really hooked on the storyline. And now every single time it's my show, I sit and I hover in the studio and listen for a bit. And then I wait for a moment when I think, oh, I can go, and I run to my car and I get back in the car and I switch it on so I can hear it on the radio. I'm really hooked on it. I think it's brilliant. I really enjoy it. So there you go. Angel Radio offers every single thing you can imagine. And of course, you know that's why you're here. Okie dokie, I've got some requests left over from last week. There is one that Drifter Dave requested last week, and we were both very happy because we thought, oh good, he's got in early. And then I scrolled it down in my chicken scratch handwriting and I cannot understand what I've written. So Dave, I think it's like forget that, or I'm gonna hang on, where is it? Forget that now. It either says forget that sin makers, market, gin maker. I'm really not certain what it says. It could say forge. I'm really uncertain. So Drifter Dave, could you please give me your request again? I'm really sorry. I'll play it as soon as you give it to me, because you did get in first before everybody else. If you want to get a request in for this week's show, the theme is May Day, as in the 1st of May, not as in May Day, May Day. The 1st of May, so May Day celebrations, spring, summer, flowers, you know, that kind of theme, anything that fits that theme. I've got some fun facts about May Day. And yeah, like I said, I've got some requests left over from last week. The email, which is probably honestly the best way to get me on, is studio@angelradio.uk. You can phone me on 0800 014 1955. I love speaking to you, but please only give me a call when there's a song playing. If I don't answer, it's probably because either I'm literally just about to finish the song and I need to speak, or I'm busy speaking to somebody else. It is nothing personal. Please call me back as soon as you can when there's another song playing. Additionally, you can join in on the chat on the YouTube channel. I will take requests on the chat. I can already see that on the chat function there's a comment. It says, oh, it's from David. He says, Super Sub sends her regards. She's at book club this morning. Okay. Well, she might have to sub in for Drifter Dave, because I can't remember what song he said. So thank you, David. And that is David in Cyprus, who is watching on YouTube. So we have Drifter Dave, who is my lost words operative, because I forget words, so he has to remind me of what I'm talking about. And then we've got David and Pat in Cyprus and their dog Priya, and she is my super sub who has to stand in for Drifter Dave when he's missing in action. So hopefully I don't forget any words at the moment. Right, let's get on. I'm going to play. Who requested this one? Let's have a look. Steve or Stephen, I'm not sure which one you prefer to go by, requested Del Shannon with Little Town Flat. Hi guys, I'm just going to close the door. Give me a second. Oh, the phone's going already. Good morning, Angel Radio. Candis speaking. You sure can. What would you like? That's a good one. Sweeter than the flowers in Maytime. Oh, sweet as the flowers. Who's that by? Cool. Awesome. That's great. Thank you so much. Yeah, I do recognize you. I don't even have to ask anymore. Have a nice day. Bye. That was Eric in Hampshire. I recognize his voice so well now. I don't even have to ask him who it is. Let's see. He has requested Sweeter Than the Flowers in Maytime. Oh, we're going to have to put that one on YouTube. Sweet as the flowers in Maytime. Good morning, Angel Radio. Candis speaking. Hello, is that June? Hello, how are you? That's good. I'm doing good. Thank you very much for asking. Oh, yeah. Oh, good. Thank you. Would you like a song? Okay. Well, what I'll do is the way Tony sets up our stuff is I can try and search it. So one of the BGs. So I'll have a look for you. I'm sure I'll find it. 1st of May. Oh, okay. So that's all right. That's quite all right. And thank you so much for calling. I'm glad you're doing all right. Yes, I don't want that to happen. I'm really glad you called. Thank you. See you too. Have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye. Oh, that was June. I love June. She's so sweet. Right. Forget That Girl by the Monkeys. I show you what I wrote. Oh, I can see that now. I can see that. Forget That Girl, Monkeys. I can read it now. But I thought it said forget that gin market or gin makers or sin makers. Forget That Girl. A rainbow, to fit on your finger. After I've gone and you the rainbow, I'll go out by you the moon. Good morning, Angel Radio. Candis speaking. Hello, I'm fine. How are you? It is, yeah, it is Friday. I know, it's gone quickly, right? Oh, what song can I play you this morning? Oh, good choice. Great choice. I have had a good week, actually. The sun makes it always better. Oh, I'm really sorry. I've got to go. My song's going to end. See you later. Bye. Well, that was the first one was Del Shannon with Little Town Flirt, and the second, that was requested by Steve, and then the second one was Russ Hamilton with Rainbow from 1957, and that was requested by DJ Pete and Sean. These are requests left over from last week, but I am getting requests in now for this week. So please make sure that you do either send an email on studio@angelradio.uk or free phone me on 0800 014 1955. If I don't answer, I'm either elbowed deep in finding a song or speaking to somebody, but also please only call me when there's a song playing. Of course, I can't answer the phone when I'm talking. I don't have a receptionist, so it's just little old me doing it. Drifter Dave has informed me which song it was that he requested, and as soon as he told me, I could read my writing. You know how it goes. When you know what it says, it makes sense, but when you don't know what it says. So I thought I'd written, forget that gin market or gin maker or sin maker or forge, I don't know. Anyway, it turns out it was Forget That Girl by the Monkeys. So I need to write a little bit neater. I'm going to read all the requests on YouTube in a minute. I've got some comments. Jason says, I love the leopard print. Thank you. I'm going to have to show everybody on YouTube my jumper. But basically, it's a black sweatshirt and it says Mrs. Jones on the front of it in white, but it's written about 5 times. My husband bought it for me. It wasn't even a custom made jumper. It was just a jumper that he found that he obviously knew he had to get me because I'm Mrs. Jones. So it's my new favorite jumper. And I've already said to him, he's going to have to buy me a second one so I can keep it until this one's worn out. I never want to take it off. Unfortunately, not unfortunately. It's been very warm, so I haven't been able to wear it. I'm not going to say unfortunately, because it isn't unfortunate. It's very, very fortunate. I love the sun. It makes me very happy. What else have we got? Oh yeah, Drifter Dave said about his song. And then Reg said, good morning. Can you play Something to Do with Spring by Noel Coward? Of course I will. I will play that very shortly. I'm just going to get through last week's requests. So what else have we got from last week? Oh, here we go. We've got Phantom 309 by Red Sovine. That was for Jenny on Hailing Island.
I was out on the West Coast trying to make a buck, and things didn't work out. I was down on my luck. Got tired of roaming and bumming around, so I started thumbing back east toward my hometown. Made a lot of miles the first 2 days. I figured I'd be home in a week.
What did you say, Reg? Something to Do with Spring by Noel Coward.
The third night, I got stranded way out of town. At a cold, lonely crossroads, rain was pouring down. I was hungry and freezing, done caught a chill from the lights of a big semi atop the hill.
Good morning, Angel Radio, Candis speaking. Hello, Alec. How are you? That's great. Do you know what? I knew you did. I was thinking about you. That was it on Wednesday or was it? Yes, I thought so. Happy birthday. Would you?
Said the name of my rig is Phantom 309.
Well, you've done Would you like a song?
He said, son, this old Mac can put them all to shame. Bearing a driver or a rig or running any line that seemed nothing.
Wow, how long?
From Phantom 309. Well, we rode and talked
wow.
the better part of the night.
Oh my goodness.
He said, I'm sorry, son. This is as far as you go.
Oh, that's so sweet. What was her name?
I gotta make a turn just on up the road. But he tossed me a dime as he pulled her in low. He said, have yourself a hot cup.
I have seen your book. Do you know what else I saw, Alec? I went to Normandy and I went to the British War Memorial and they have a plaque with you up there. And I took a picture with it because I said, I know that man.
Oh, the waiter, Big Joe, was setting me up.
No. What song would you like?
And the waiter's face turned kind of white. Well, did I say something wrong? I said with a halfway grin.
Oh.
He said, no, this happens every now and then.
That is so sweet.
Every driver in here knows Big Joe. But son, let me tell you what happened.
You too, and I'm glad you had a thank you. I'm glad you had a lovely birthday and have a nice weekend.
There was a busload of kids coming through.
You too. Bye-bye. Oh, thank you. I'll have to take you up on that one day. Bye-bye. That was Alec Penstone from Shanklin. Hang on. Look at the jumper. Isn't that good? Just in case people don't know who I am. Gin was wishful thinking, yeah. I think you're right, Dave, yeah. This time tomorrow I'll be at St. James's Road Methodist Church. Ooh. My goodness, that caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting it to end so suddenly. Sorry about that. That was Red Sovine with Phantom 309, and that was for Jenny on Hailing Island. I just had a very lovely chat with one of Angel Radio's very, very dear friends, Alec Penstone from Shanklin. He celebrated his 100th birthday on Wednesday. Which I actually did know about, and I was thinking about him, and he's an incredibly interesting and very inspirational man, and it's always wonderful to talk to him. He, I believe Tony did an interview with him. I'm not sure when it was. I think it was a couple of years ago now, but when I went to Normandy, my husband and I, obviously, like kids, we went to Normandy. We went to the British War Memorial. We also went to the American War Memorial. But the British War Memorial, I saw a plaque for Alec, and I had a picture taken with it. I was so excited because I've actually got his book as well. Tony lent me his book, and I then went out and purchased my own copy. So that was really fascinating. I've also got a book by our own Bob Hind. So yeah, I've got some pretty inspiring friends, I think. But yeah, Alec is lovely. I just spoke to him on the phone, and he celebrated his 100th birthday, and he's requested a song in memory of his beautiful wife. He was married to her for 77 years. Can you believe that? That is such an incredible achievement. If I was going to be married to my husband, I don't know how old I would have to figure out how old I will be to be married to him for 77 years. I think he'll get rid of me before then. Throw me in the ocean. Back with the manatees where I belong. Okay, I'm going to stop being silly. I'm going to play you another. This is the last request left over from last week. This is Arthur Alexander with A Shot of Rhythm and Blues. This is from 1962. And this was requested by Robert in Finchley. Right. Oh, what am I doing? My goodness. Whoops. I'm just going to be a bit quiet for a minute. I'm just trying to find... I'm just trying to find some... I'm just trying to find some requests. Something to do with spring. The 1st of May. Does anybody know who sang the 1st of May? The 1st of May, apparently, it was requested by June. She thinks it was one of the Bee Gees singers, but she's not sure. Oh my goodness! Well, I can't type the word May in because it's just like 400 different. Oh dear. And that was Arthur Alexander with A Shot of Rhythm and Blues. That was from 1962, and that was requested by Robert in Finchley. Thank you so much. That's a pretty short song, actually. Or maybe I just like it so much that it ends quickly. So there's a couple of people I want to say hello to. I want to say hello to Chris and Martin, who I've been chatting to both of them on Instagram this week. Always try and chat to people who follow either Angel Radio's Instagram or my personal one. Same with Facebook. Same with what other social media do we have? Twitter, or X as they call it now, and YouTube. We're really up with the times. Right, I'm going to play. Hang on. Do you know what I was trying to find? I got completely distracted. I was trying to find Drifter Dave's song and I didn't find it, and then I got distracted. I've got a song. I'm going to do a song from this week, and then I will play. Your song for you, Drifter Dave. I promise I'm getting there. I really am. Right, I'm going to play Eric in Haverfordwest's request, and this is Sweet as the Flowers in Maytime by the Carter Family, and this is from 1932, so this is a really great song. I love this era of music. Here we go. Sweet as the flowers in Maytime. Right, let me find your song. Forget That Girl, the Monkees. Right.
And this world would be sad without you.
Yeah, does anybody... Okay, wow, I got loads of... Right, let me read some... Hang on.
Oh, I wish I had someone to love me. Someone just to call me their own. Be the rule over somebody's kitchen. Or the queen over somebody's home. Sweet as the flowers in Maytime. Sweet as the dew on the road. I would rather be somebody's darling.
Okay, let's read this. Maybe Jin was wishful thinking. You have us all having a great laugh this time tomorrow. Be at St. James's Road Methodist Church in Shirley, Southampton, doing a toy fair. Oh yeah, I remember you showed me your collection, didn't you? I will be promoting Angel Radio and your good self and hopefully making lots of money. Yay! Oh, I would have sent you some cards if I'd known that. That jumper suits me perfectly. It does. You sent me a picture from Normandy. 1st of May recorded. Oh, it was actually recorded by the Bee Gees. Thank you very much. Let me check the year on that. Ooh, just in our time frame. That was the Carter Family with Sweet as the Flowers in Maytime from 1932. I love music from that era. I think anything, do you know what? I think anything in our time era is our time frame is obviously amazing and the best. But for me personally, I love anything sort of, I would say between 1920 and 1950. I reckon that's my favorite time frame. I think both post-war eras produced such incredible art, and when I say art, I mean in all forms, fashion, music, actual paintings, all sorts of stuff. And technology, of course. I mean, but for me personally, that's the time frame I love the best. I love female singers from the 40s, kind of overlapping slightly into the 50s, but yeah. That's me. I was going to play. I know what I was going to play. I was going to play Drifter Dave's one, which is "Forget That Girl" by the Monkees, not "Forge That Gin" by the Sin Makers or whatever I thought it was. That sounds like a good song, though. I reckon that the Sin Makers would be forging some gin. On YouTube, David said, he reckons that might have been wishful thinking. Possibly on my part, yes. Here we go. It's "Forget That Girl" by the I nearly said the Gin Makers, the Monkees. Forget that girl. She'll only make you sad someday. Right. Forget that girl. She'll never make you happy. Stay away from her. Mr. and Mrs. Jones. I know it is 1972, but I have sung that song about 50 times this week since getting that jumper, so yeah. If you have time, Candis, "Lamplight" by the Bee Gees. Maybe I should do a 3 in a row of the Bee Gees. Good morning, Angel Radio. Candis speaking. Hello, how are you? I'm very good, thank you. Yep. Okay. Okay. I will do my best to find that exact one for you. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Right, I've written all of that down to make sure I find it exactly the right one. Andy Williams Show. All right, that's no problem. Have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye. Shall I do a Bee Gees 3 in a row then? That was Forget That Girl by the Monkees, and that was for Drifter Dave, my Lost Words operative. What should we play next? What have we done? Let me make sure I've actually remembered my book this week. I tell you what, I couldn't find it last night. Last week I forgot it behind. So I'd forgotten loads of my requests. And then last night I couldn't find it. It was panic. No, I'm not quite throwing my stuff around, but you know what it's like when you're crazy looking for something. Anyway, I found it. The panic was very short-lived. It's fine. Okay, I'm going to play The Trogs. This is for Chris in Bishop's Waltham, who unfortunately I had to cut short on the phone call because the song was ending. Chris, I hope you're having a lovely day in the sun. I hope your lovely girlfriend Amanda is having a nice day as well. I hope you both have a great weekend. I hope the sun makes your whole day much more interesting for you. So this is The Trogs with Wild Thing. Love this song. I feel like I should have a guitar. Right. Okay, let me... What was I doing? First Made by the Bee Gees. What was the other one by the Bee Gees? Forgot it behind. Yeah, well, I did forget it behind. I would forget my head if it wasn't screwed on. I try to be really organized. I'm like the most panicked, organized person in the world. I had a meeting yesterday with somebody from the doctors, and she said to me, "Do you sit still?" And I was like, "No, I have got ants in my pants. I never sit still." Right, what was I doing? Oh, Lamplight, that was it. I better check my emails. Daydream by Loving Spoonful. I like that song. Mark Littlehampton. Right. Unchained Melody live. Everything. I'm going to do your Noel Coward next, I think. Do we have another Bee Gees song you'd like me to play? You guys can be in charge of what's my third one for 3 in a row? Give me a Bee Gees song. That was Wild Thing by the Trogs, and that was for Chris in Bishop's Waltham, who hopefully is having a wonderful day. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. So obviously yesterday is the 1st of May, which is May Day. I did a little bit of research into it. I am going to do that I'm going to tell you all the things I found out. Admittedly, it's not loads and loads and loads, but there is some interesting stuff. Some May Day traditions from around the world, things like that. What else? Oh, I found an interesting tradition about Easter, which I'll tell you shortly as well. And I'm going to tell you all about plants I'm growing in my garden. If you have any requests, please definitely give me a call for free on 0800 014 1955. You can join me on the YouTube live on Angel Vintage on YouTube. Click on the live stream and then you can leave me a comment. There's lots of comments this morning, some really, really great song requests and suggestions. Dave said, he bets my other half's favourite song must be Me and Mrs. Jones by Billy Paul. And I said, I have sang that song about 50 times this week since getting my jumper that says Mrs. Jones on it. Unfortunately, it's obviously out of our time frame by about 3 years. I think it's 1972. What am I going to play now? I'll tell you what I'm going to play. I'm going to play, who requested this one? I think this was Reg on YouTube. Something to do with spring by Noel Coward, because our theme this morning is spring. Oh, if you want to email me as well, it's studio@angelradio.uk. Pop me an email, give me a request, funny little story. Tell me what flowers you're growing in your garden. I'd love to know. Or maybe you don't know either, because I'm learning flowers. So I'm going to play this song really quickly. And then I'm going to come back with lots of stories for you. So here we go, Reg, Noel Coward, Something to Do with Spring. Ladies and gentlemen, I really need to go to the toilet. I'm going to be 2 seconds. I'm going to be as quick as I can. I just need to pop to the ladies, but I have a onesie on. So it might not be as quick as I could be, but I'm going to be as quick as I can. I'll be right back.
A feeling I can't express, a sort of lilt in the air, a lyrical loveliness seems everywhere there. That covers the moon, a rural being. Maybe it's something to do with spring. The spring is here, dear, oh dear, dear, can't you see the simply agonizing sheen on every angry little tree? You must admit it's rather fun to think that every single thing that nature ever does is all overdone. You see exactly what I mean. It all looks far too clean, a badly painted scene. The grass is far too green. Perhaps that's something we have missed. I never could have given a sentiment.
I'm back. I ran. That was good timing as well. Good morning, Angel Radio. Candis speaking. Hello. Yes, that's a really good choice. Right, Wilson, take care. Of course I will. Thank you so much. Have a lovely weekend. Christopher. Okay, of course I will. Cool. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. You too. Oh, he was sweet. Sunny by Wilson Pickett. We're going to do a 3 in a row. Have we got another? Oops. That was Something to Do with Spring. That was by Noel Coward and it was requested by Reg on YouTube. What would you like to hear about first? I'll tell you what I'm going to tell you about. I've downloaded 2 really great apps on my phone this week. I'm not a big one for apps. I don't fill my phone up with lots of games and stuff. But I've got one app that's basically just a weather app, except as well as telling you the weather and sunset and the moon and stuff, the same as Tony and Mark do, it also has little cats. It shows you pictures of cats, and it's got a little cartoon cat that you can feed fish to, and you can stroke it with a toy. So I was pretty pleased about finding that one. It's free, it's cute, and it tells you the weather with cats on it. What is not to like? That app, I'll tell you what that one's called in case you want to download it. Where is it? It's called Open Pet Weather. You don't have to pay anything. You just get a cute little cat. And when you grow a flower, which is going to bring me on to my next app suggestion, it's called PlantNet, and it's again free. But basically you can take a picture of a plant, whether it's a flower, a leaf, a piece of bark, a habitat, a fruit, anything like that. And it will identify it for you, and it will give you options and then tell you how likely in percentage it is that is the correct option, correct identification. Then you can set your area, and you can share your finds so that I guess other people can share theirs, and then it builds a more accurate database, I suppose. I've been taking pictures of every plant in my garden this week, and I'll tell you what, I've got a very wide variety of stuff. My garden is made up of wildflowers. I've like found which flowers are local, wild. Well, I say local, but I mean generally in English countrysides. And I've planted wildflowers in pots and just in a flower bed at the end of my garden. I've also got sunflowers. I've got a raspberry tree, a blackberry bush. There's a passion fruit tree, passion fruit creeper bush thing that has grown at the end of my garden since I moved in. It's huge. There's also some kind of a creeper, but I can't remember the name of it. Virginia creeper, that's it. And I know a lot of people don't like them, but I quite like it. So my flowers there's loads of them. There's a massive variety. I'll tell you what I'm also growing. By mistake, I accidentally grew mushrooms. I left my bag of compost a bit open. I got it a bit damp, and it grew some mushrooms. So I decided to replant them in one of my pots. So I've now got a pot of mushrooms. Not edible. Well, I don't know, maybe edible, but I'm not going to try. Or I won't be here next week. But yeah, I've got a pot of mushrooms growing. I've also got a pot of some creeping flower that's blue. I think it's called like a morning glory, but I'm not sure. I got 4 different varieties of sunflowers. So there you go. My garden isn't massive, but it's going to be like a little wildflower jungle out there. So that's a really great app. It's called PlantNet. You can just identify loads of plants. It's really fun. I spend my whole evening just taking pictures of stuff and then going, oh, look, it's this one, telling my husband, telling my youngest daughter was doing it with me yesterday, Miko. She was out in the garden. Oh, and we found a spider, which is a flower crab. I can't remember what it was now. Flower crab spider. And it was like lime green, yellowy green, you know. Very, very pretty. We found that hiding under a leaf. She's not a big one for bugs, I have to say. Completely the opposite of myself. She's definitely got the opinion of kill it, you know. And I will rather collect it up and throw it out the window. But in fairness, I grew up on a farm in South Africa. She's grown up in a suburb of Portsmouth. So, but she loves helping me water the flowers, water the grass. And she didn't even try and kill the spider yesterday. She just left it alone. So that was good. But we've got lots of what else? We've got lots of spiders, eggs. I've grown flowers that are going to attract bees and butterflies. So lots of pollinators, hopefully, in the garden. Doing my little bit for the environment as much as I can. I'm really hoping we get some blackberries and raspberries. If we do, I'm going to bring them in for people at Angel to try. Hopefully I don't poison anyone. Right, I'm going to play Alec in Shanklin's song. He's requested this for his beautiful wife Gladys, who has sadly passed away. So it's in her memory. The 77 years of marriage. You can hear how much he adores her when he talks to you on the phone about her. It's beautiful. And apparently she sang this to him when they were first together, which I love. This is Sailor, Who Are You Dreaming of Tonight by Billy Cotton and his band. Right. Oh, here we go. This is a picture of me by the plaque for Alec, who requested this song. Can you see that? Try not to like... That's Alec's plaque. Good morning, Angel Radio. Candis speaking. Hello. Yep.
As the swinging to and fro in your hammock down below.
Yep.
Sailor, who are you dreaming of tonight? I'll wager that you're dreaming of a lady. Girls below you met the shore are tattooed on your skin. It's up to you to tell the truth or run
No, I haven't.
to win. Out on the ocean wave, there isn't a girl inside. Sailor, who are you dreaming of tonight?
Oh, I will. I love stuff like that. I follow so many cats from Facebook and Instagram. I'm just like, it's ridiculous. It's all my pages full of. Awesome. I've written that down, so I'll have a look. Oh, that's great. I'll definitely have a look. I love things like that. Cool. Thank you so much. See you later. Have a nice week. Bye. Okay, so apparently, let me read the comments first. If you like female singers from the great age, please do us both a favor and play Manhattan.
And that pretty drama in the city of Bombay. Now we will put our money on the girl from London. So don't forget to tell us when you mean to settle down. Out on the ocean wave, there is a girl inside. Sailor, who are you dreaming of? Sailor, who are you dreaming of? Sailor, who are you dreaming of?
How about Lemons Never Forget? That was for Gladys, well, in memory of Gladys, from Alan in Alan. I'm so sorry. Let me try all of that again. It was not for Alan. It was for Alec. Alec in Shanklin. You see, I added those two words together. Alec in Shanklin, who requested that in loving memory of his beautiful wife. They were married for 77 wonderful years, and Alec celebrated his 100th birthday. So happy birthday, Alec, again from everybody here at Angel Radio. That was Sailor, Who Are You Dreaming of Tonight by Billy Cotton and his band. Let's do, in a moment, I'm going to play, in fact, I'm going to do it now. I'm going to do you a 3 in a row, and it's going to be a 3 in a row from the Bee Gees. I got two Bee Gees requests. I spoke to my lovely friend June. She requested a Bee Gees song, and then somebody else requested a Bee Gees song on YouTube, and I thought, let's make it a 3 in a row. So first of all, we are going to have the 1st of May by the Bee Gees. 1st of May by the Bee Gees, and this is from 1969. And then we're going to have Lamplight by the Bee Gees. And then the third one is, I'll tell you in a second because I can't remember, Lemons Never Forget by the Bee Gees. And that is going to be our 3 in a row this morning.
3 in a row is sponsored by Jeffrey James of Greenwich, who believes Angel Radio supplies the most eclectic range of popular music on British radio.
When I was small and Christmas trees were tall, we used to laugh while others used to play. Don't ask me why the time has passed us by. Someone else moved in far away.
Blackberry Boogie.
Now we are tall and Christmas trees are small.
Tennessee.
You don't ask the time of
Ernie Hall.
but you and I never die. Because we the apple tree that grew for you and me.
Manhattan. Oh, Dinah Shaw. We don't have the Ella one, right? But we'll play that one. I love Ella. I tell you who else I love is Eartha Kitt, Kitty Callan, Skeeter Davis. I love them. I can totally see Marilyn Monroe, but of course you can't not love Marilyn Monroe, right? I really I try channel my inner Marilyn a lot. Ginger Marilyn. I need one of the white dresses that she wore, and I go stand on a air vent. You can get an app that tells you what flowers you have. I was writing this when you mentioned it. Wow. See, that's why all my lost words are pretty, because you're tuned in. When is the Barbie? Are we all invited? Yeah, funnily enough, we were talking about getting a barbecue, and there was a specific barbecue my husband wanted, but Portsmouth doors. If you live in Portsmouth, you know what I'm talking about. Hang on. 1 second. Right. If you know what I'm talking about, when I'm saying Portsmouth doors, they are so narrow. Let's take one. Okay. Why is this taking so long to play? Why does it do stuff like that to me? That stresses me out. Okay, Portsmouth doors are like 3 inches smaller than every other door on this planet. It might even be more than that. But the actual door frame of the back door and the front door are 67 centimeters, and then the barbecue is 68. And it's like it's not like it's 68 with all the stuff taken off of it. So there's no way we can actually make it smaller, because that's as small as it goes. That's the smallest bit. So he was a bit annoyed with that, because it's a really nice barbecue. But anyway, and he does all the cooking, so he knows what he's that's his thing. He's really good at cooking. I like cooking, but he does all the cooking. So that was very annoying. But we are going to get a barbecue, and then we'll make you all. I was going to say we'll put a shrimp on the barbie, but that's Australian, not South African. We have braais in South Africa, not barbecues. We have braais, which is like a fire instead of like gas or anything. You have an actual fire, and you just put stuff on the open flames, just burn it. What else? I'm so glad you're all enjoying it this morning. Even my pen is spring purple with. Oh my gosh! It matches the thumbnail for this morning's show. Lilac with little daisies. I better get some more songs up. This one gentleman wants a very specific live version of something. So I'm going to have to try and find that in a bit. But it's going to have to be from a certain show. Hopefully. The Righteous Brothers, Unchained Melody on the Andy Williams show. Unchained Melody, Righteous Brothers, Unchained Melody, performed live on the Andy Williams show. That's got to be it, right? That was what you requested. Old Irish Hymn. Oh, Queen of the May by Father Sidney McEwen. Old Irish. Do you know any Irish May Day traditions? My brain just short circuits. I've been awake again. I woke up at 3 o'clock. I did get back to sleep at about 6:30, but then I had to wake up at 7. So that wasn't that fun. In fact, that made me feel worse. But at least it was a little bit extra sleep. But I got a lot on my mind. My cat is missing. One of my cats is missing. So I'm a bit sad about that. He probably doesn't think he's missing. He's just wandered off. He's like almost 2. He's like, what would you say was a kid? 20 months old. He's going to be 2 in June. And he's going to be 2 in like 3 weeks. So he's 2. He's a boy, and I bet he's just like found a little girl that's like in heat and thinks he's going to go and make babies or something. I reckon that's what's happened. But his brother's like dutifully coming home and getting fed and being a little good boy like he's supposed to. And then this little okay. I was going to call him, well, I won't say what I was going to call him, but it starts with a B. Little Whatsit hasn't come home in like 6 days now, and it's really stressing me out. The good thing is that we haven't heard from any like rescue centers or vets or anywhere that he would be like taken. We haven't heard from them, and I have even like made them aware as well that he's missing. So he isn't hurt and he hasn't been brought in by anybody, but it does make me think that he's either like been adopted by another family who just decided they like him because he's a lovely little cat, or he's living his wildest dreams out in the wilderness. I don't know. He's not a very good wild cat, though. I have to say, I'm impressed he's made it 6 days. He's a baby. I tell you why. He's the most spoiled cat in the world. He comes and curls up with me, and I put on Scooby-Doo for him. I put on the 1972 Scooby-Doo cartoon, and he watches the theme tune. He loves the theme tune. He tries to like fight it on TV. And then I'll put on YouTube Cat TV, which is like little mice and birds, and he watches that. So why this cat has gone out into the wild is beyond me, because he's clearly a pampered little whatever. But there you go. Has anyone got any traditions or like interesting facts about May Day? Oh, Thomas O'Malley. I love that one. Thomas O'Malley, the alley cat. He's cool. My other cat, Hamilton's like big, like Thomas O'Malley, but he's Hammy's a bit dumb, bless him. But he's like a big dumb baby. He's the one who just plops himself back in every night for dinner. But yeah, that's cool. I love that. I love that film. That's a great film. I'm going to try and find the is that song in our time frame? That
Jeffrey James of Greenwich was proud to sponsor 3 in a row on Angel Radio and enjoys fond memories of Arundel and Ford.
excuse me. Well, that was a Bee Gees 3 in a row. The first one we had was for our lovely pink-haired June, and it's her month next month. She gets a whole month to herself. That's how great she is. They named a whole month after her. That was the Bee Gees with 1st of May. And then we had, which one did I play? We had Bee Gees. Give me a second, I'm just finding it. Who requested it? Okay, people on YouTube. Who requested the Bee Gees? Well, anyway, the third one was Lemons Never Forget by the Bee Gees. And that one was suggested by Drifter Dave. For the life of me, I can't remember the Bee Gees song I played in between. Oh, it was Lamplight. There you go. Thank you, Dave. This is why I need him on my show. We're going to have to employ him as a member of the team. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I don't know how I function on a day-to-day basis without listeners of Angel Radio. I was just discussing the fact that my cat is missing. Now, he has done this before, but for only about 3 days, and now he has been missing for almost a week. In fact, I think it's a week today. He is almost 2, and he's a boy. Of course, I keep saying he, so he's a boy. So I am very, very sure that this cat has just wandered off into the wild to find himself a lady friend. He's probably found a little kitten, a cat, even a lady cat who's in heat. It's that kind of time of year, isn't it? But he is making me so stressed out. So when I find him, I'm going to lock him in the house forever. Oh, anyway. Right. Here are some May Day traditions from around the world that I thought were really, really fascinating. So there's just 5 here. There was actually a list of 21, but I thought that's quite a lot. So I just wrote down my favorite 5. I've just thought of a 6th one. So actually, one I did think of, which I didn't write down, I've just thought of now, is in Hawaii, they make leis, which are those like lei necklaces, the flower necklaces, and they call it Lei Day, which I thought was quite cute. I read that on Google. I don't know that for 100% as like from the mouth of somebody who lives in Hawaii, but I did just read it on Google very briefly. Anyway. Apparently on the 1st of May, you should wash your hands and face in the morning dew. This will give you a fresh start and a new set of eyes on everything. Again, I'm just reading these from Google, so these are just suggestions I got on Google. So if they're not entirely accurate, I apologize. Apparently you should go barefoot. It connects you back with nature. And it's also to do with fertility and spring. There's a lot of May Day traditions that are to do with fertility as well. You should dance around the maypole. Of course, we know that one. Decorate the maypole and ribbons lifted up and dance around the maypole. You should give flowers to your loved ones. Mr. Jones, if you are listening, you should give flowers to your loved ones. And then you should make flower crowns. Probably not from the flowers that your loved ones have given you. Well, you could do, I guess. But yes, so those are 5 traditions for May Day, which I thought were quite sweet, or 6 technically. Speaking of flowers, my flowers in my garden are growing really nicely. I accidentally kicked a pot over a couple of days ago, and there were little seedlings sprouting. So that was exciting. So I had to quickly cover them back over without damaging them. So I am actually doing quite well. I've got some flowers pop up unexpectedly. You know how one day there's no flowers, overnight they grow, then the next day there's suddenly some little seedlings sprouting. I love that. I get so excited. I run back in and I'm like, my flowers are growing. So I do love that. Oh, here we go. Some more information about May Day. It's to do with, as I said, it's to do with fertility. It's to do with food, fresh blossoms, and I guess it is spring. It's just to do with that new start, isn't it? The flowers bloom. The animals have their babies. I love seeing all the little baby birds, and then later in the summer, then they become fledglings. I love that. I love birds a lot. I really enjoy birds. I know we've discussed this before. My favorite birds are crows. So there's a Gaelic festival on May the 1st called Beltane. I think that's how you pronounce it. And it celebrates the start of summer. It falls halfway between the spring and summer equinox. The summer equinox, I believe, is normally around about the 21st of June, 21st, 22nd, I think, because the winter equinox, I know, is on the 21st, 22nd of December. So it's a summer fertility festival. It comes from the Irish word bell, which means lucky or bright, and the Irish word tane, meaning fire. It marks the transition from winter to spring, from dark days to light days. They celebrate it by lighting fires to protect crops, livestock, and homes. They often wear white and wear floral crowns, flower crowns, I guess, put flowers in their hair. And they, what else did I write about this? And they gift fresh blossoms. That was the other thing. I thought that was a really nice tradition. I'd never heard of that one. I'd heard the word Beltane before, but I didn't know anything about it. So I do have a really great song suggestion to do with May Day specifically, but I just need to 100% check it's within our time frame. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play. This was very, very specifically requested by Philip in Gosport. I found the exactly right version that he did request. And Philip has requested Unchained Melody by the Righteous Brothers from 1966, performed live on the Andy Williams show. And I did make sure I found the right one. I really hope it's the right one. I'm sure Philip's going to ring me in a second and I've got it wrong. Philip, I really, really tried my best. It does say Unchained Melody live on the Andy Williams show from 1966. It literally says that in the captions. So either this is written wrong or I don't know. But here we go. Righteous Brothers with Unchained Melody.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Righteous Brothers. You know, I know you've been asked this,
Hope this is the right
1,000 times, but I've got to ask it. How did you get the name Righteous Brothers?
Well, in the beginning, when we started singing together, we thought of using a combination of Hatfield and Medley, and
That's the two.
Hatfield, that's the Medley, the skinny one.
Oh my goodness, that song's well within our time. It's from 1908.
Bob and Bill really didn't knock a lot of people out.
Come on.
We worked in a club down south.
Oh, this is a really long one. I hope they're not talking for too long.
Show, some guy stood up and yelled out, "That's righteous, brother," and we've been known as that ever since.
Hey, that's good. You know, my
Music
brother and I,
in
when we
May
started singing together, we needed
by
a name.
Ivan
And
Novello.
the audience yelled out at us, but we couldn't use it. I mean, the Get Lost Brothers. Well, oh, you know what? I was going to say why didn't you do something else, another song, but the one I really would like to hear you do is Unchained Melody. Great song.
I'll do that one by myself.
How come?
I didn't think it was
Good morning,
gonna be-
Angel Radio. Candis speaking.
What do you usually do when he's singing?
find a little corner.
The corner I use whenever I hear Tony Bennett.
There you go. Good morning, Angel Radio. Candis speaking. Hello, how are you? Do you know what? Sean messaged me. I really appreciate it. Yeah. We've got a building site across the road from us with big piles of sand, and somebody saw him in there a couple of nights ago. I've not seen him since, but I reckon he's like gone in there where it's warm and, you know. Oh. Yeah. I reckon you're right. I think you're probably right there. Yep, that's great. Yeah, I sure do. That's cool. I was just talking about alley cats a minute ago, actually. Yeah, definitely. And I reckon you're right. I think that's exactly what it's doing. He needs to come home. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's true. Well, I really appreciate that from both of you. Thank you. Oh, definitely. God, he loves a treat. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. That would be cool. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, that would be really awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Oh, okay. All right. Well, he'll be your best friend then. Oh, really? Oh, that's sweet. Oh, that's really sweet. Oh, that's a good name. Oh dear, I better go. My song's going to end now. Have a nice day. Yeah. Thank you. Bye. That was the Righteous Brothers with Unchained Melody, live from the Andy Williams show from 1965. And that was requested by Philip in Gosport. Philip, I hope I got the correct one for you. The next request we have is Loving Spoonful and Daydream. And this was requested by Mark in Littlehampton. I need to sneeze. What a day for a daydream. What a day for a daydream bowling. And I'm lost in dreaming about my bundle of joy. And even if time ain't really on my side. When was Sunny by Wick Wilson? Good morning, Asia Radio. Candis speaking. Hello. Oh, I'm glad it was the right one. Yeah, I make sure of it. That's absolutely fine. I haven't, to be fair, actually. I quite enjoyed listening to the talking at the beginning, so I'm glad I got it right. Well, that's not a problem at all. Have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye. Oh, I got it right. Right. How many times does Candis say right? If you do a shot every time I say right, actually don't do that. You'll probably die. How about have a cup of tea every time I say right? Late listening today. Hello, Paul. Cats always have more than one home, being fed by another. Yeah, you're right. I know you're right. It's so difficult not to worry, but you are right. He's definitely maintaining another household somewhere. And then I get jealous because he's my cat. At least he's being loved, though. Working in the garden, just stopped to have a coffee, and there you are. Is it nice and warm in France? I hope so. I'm sure it must be if you're in the garden, right? How do you enjoy your coffee? Is French coffee nicer than English coffee? That was Loving Spoonful with Daydream. That was requested by Mark in Littlehampton. Thank you, Mark. And I had a phone call from Philip to say it was the correct version. My goodness, the show has run away with me. I'm not going to get through all my requests. I know you're all saying shocking. Yes, I never get through my requests. I just get so many of them. We're not complaining. Not complaining, not complaining. Let's have, I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to play Sunny by Keith. No, not by Keith. Requested by Keith in North London for his brother Christopher. And this is Sunny by Wilson Pickett. I think we're going to have time for one more request. Life was full of rain. Music in May. And the bright days are here. My sun is one shines so sincere. Oh, that's nice. Right, I'm going to forward this to myself now. Jessie from Falkirk has written me a really nice email. So I've just started my own Instagram page, and then I got some followers, and it was all my lovely listeners from Angels. That was really cool. Whoops, I just kicked the computer. I don't want to turn that off. I thought I'd better start some social media for myself. It's going well, though. Right. What's everybody's plans after this show? I know you're in the garden, aren't you, Paul? 26 today. Oh, French coffee is nice. Then I'm going to have to try some French coffee. Did I have a coffee when I was in Paris? We went to Paris last July. It was lovely. France was nice, actually. It was really nice. I have been before, but I had much more fun this time. I can't remember if I had a coffee. I must have had a coffee. We were there for like 4 days or something. We went in the overnight ferry, and we had a little cabin, and we slept with a little porthole window. It was so cool, and the bunk beds like pulled down. It was really good. It was really fun. My youngest daughter Miko kept calling it a ferry. A cruise. She kept calling it a cruise. We're like, yeah, we're going on a cruise for 8 hours. May I Have the Next Dream with You, Dear by Malcolm Roberts. Oh, that's a good one. Let me write that down. It's going to have to be next week, but I'll continue it on into next week. I'm trying to write more neatly. I bet I still don't understand this. Right. Look, that is how I've written it. May I have the next dream with you? I can understand that. That was Sunny by Wilson Pickett, and that was requested by Keith in North London for his brother Christopher. Hope you were listening, Christopher. Hope you enjoyed that. I'm sure you must have done. It is very sunny today, so that was a very appropriate song. I just had a really nice email from Jessie in Falkirk, who has made a request. Unfortunately, I won't have time to play it today, so I will play it for you next week. Promise you, Jessie. And she said, please can you play Music in May that was written by Ivan Novello. It's from one of his shows. I don't know which one. My father had a music book of Ivan Novello, and it's one of these. And he played the piano and I sang. I'm preparing to go. I can't read. I'm preparing myself to go away for a long weekend. She's going to be researching her family history. She looked up the 1901 census. And she was just surprised to discover her great-grandfather and family on a farm cottage. How interesting. I love stuff like that. Wow. Okay, so I tell you what, one day I came home from, where was I? I must have been at work or uni, I can't remember. This was about 2 years ago in the house that we're in now. We'd only just moved in. And there was a couple standing outside the house peeking in my window, and I thought, what are you doing? So I said, like, hello, can I help you? Kind of like, stop looking at my windows. I didn't say that, but I was thinking, what are you up to? Anyway, they were actually really lovely. And she said, we're really sorry. We were going through some old stuff that was left to me by my mother. And it turns out this is the house she was born in. Not just where she lived, where she grew up. She was actually physically born in the front room. So I said to her and her husband, I said, please, like, come in and have a look. I said, obviously, it's a bit messy. We've only just moved in. I think we'd moved in like a month previous or something. They had a little look around and they were really, like, it was super exciting. And then I said, did they want me to take a picture of them outside the front of the house? So I did. And they showed me a picture of her mum as a little girl standing outside the front of the house, like this, like, really grainy old black and white picture. And it wasn't her mum, it was her grandmother, actually. Or maybe it was her mum. I can't remember. Anyway, this lady was probably late 60s, early 70s, maybe. So it could have been her mum, actually, because I guess her mum would have been like 80s, 90s, possibly. But obviously her mum had passed away. So I took a picture of her and her husband standing outside the front of the house. How cool is that? So hopefully they've now got a copy, and maybe their children will come back and get the same thing. We should live in that house forever and see how many generations come back. It was just a really interesting thing, because obviously our house is an old Portsmouth house. I was just telling everybody on YouTube about that. The fact that we've got Portsmouth doors, because old Victorian Portsmouth house, and the doors are so skinny. Can't get a barbecue in it. We're going to do our best, but okay, I'm going to play one more song and then I'm going to have to say goodbye. This is Blackberry Boogie by Tennessee Ernie, and this is requested by Paul in Camberley. The show has run away with me this morning. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got 4 requests left over. I think, Dave, 2 of them are for you, so I will play them for you next week, I promise. I'm going to carry the theme on, because I like this theme. There's lots of stuff. Colours is a good theme as well. What's everybody going to be doing after this show? I'm going to go home. I'm going to go look for my cat a bit more. The thing is, I'm very reluctant to go over to the building site and say to a bunch of topless, sweaty builders, hi, I'm looking for a cat. Here's my phone number. If you find him, it just looks like I'm trying it on with them. I've already had some weird bloke. I handed out a poster. I thought it was his girlfriend, but it was a lady he was with. Then he texted me and he just took it upon himself to start talking to me. And I ended up ignoring him in the end. It's very strange. He wasn't strange, actually. He was very polite. He was very sweet. I guess I just got uncomfortable with the man texting me and trying to I don't know him. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'm being rude. I don't know. Maybe I'm the rude one. Maybe I'm the problem. But anyway, it was weird. I've had a phone call from this morning on the way to Angel. I had a phone call from a 12-year-old, 13-year-old boy asking about the cat and telling me that him and his mates are going to keep an eye out, which I did think was very sweet. But putting your phone number out for the general public is a seriously risky decision, and I'm not doing that again. Oh, so do I, Dave. Thank you so much. If he is, I'm going to post a picture of the little culprit and show you. You'll know what he looks like then. You tell him off. Yeah, we also had a phone call at about 10 o'clock last night from a couple who thought they'd found him in the bush across the road from our house. We went running out. I was in my leopard print pajamas, silky leopard print pajamas, and I went running out. And it wasn't even him, but it was very sweet of them to call me and find out in case it was him. They were very nice. That was Blackberry Boogie by Tennessee Ernie, and that was requested by Paul in Camberley via email. There are 4 requests I'm not going to get to this morning. I'm not going to be able to play Peggy Lee's Alley Cat by DJ Pete and Sean. I had a really great chat with DJ Pete a minute ago, and Sean did message me in the week. They're both on the lookout for my Oreo. They've got cat treats and they go out in the evenings and they take cat treats with them for other cats. So they're calling Ori for me. Hopefully the little is just waiting at home when I get there. It would just be so like him. What else? I'm not going to be able to play Queen of the May by Father Sidney McEwen, which apparently is an old Irish hymn normally played on May Day. I've also got Ella Fitzgerald with Manhattan, and I've also got May I Have the Next Dream with You by Malcolm Roberts, and Music in May by Ivan Novello. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have an opportunity to play those songs. I promise you I will play them for you next week. Please, please, please make sure that you have a very safe and very wonderful weekend and week. Keep yourself safe, keep yourself happy. Enjoy the sun if you have any there where you are. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you've watched me on YouTube, thank you for that as well. Keep an eye on our YouTube channel. It's Angel Vintage, and our Instagram is Angel Vintage, our Facebook page, our website, and of course keep listening to our show. Thank you guys all so much, and once again thank you so much to my sponsor Michael and Angus. I'm just, you know what? I've got about 15 seconds to babble to you. So I'm going to go home and I'm going to go into my garden. I'm going to try and find my cat and I'm going to look at my plants again, play with my little plant app. Have a lovely weekend and I'll see you guys next week.
Our breakfast was sponsored by Michael.
There you go. All done. No terrible catastrophes. The show ran away with me this week. I've got some really good short videos for YouTube. I've got a good short video of Mark doing his show this morning. I'm going to do my best to get an actual video, an actual sitting down chat with Mark, because he'll be a really good person to film. Tony and I are doing a walkthrough of the studio next week for YouTube. Not in the next month or so, I'll be going to Brooklyn's museum and doing a walkthrough with that. I need somebody to come with me and film, so I need to find that. I need to find a volunteer because I haven't got any friends. What else? That's kind of it, really. I hope you guys have a lovely weekend. I'll let you know about my little sod of a cat, and keep safe and enjoy the sun. See you guys later. Thank you for watching. Bye. We all love